decided to start my Roald Dahl reading week. I mentioned in my recent TBR that I wanted to focus on some Roald Dahl books this month, and I thought, why not stick it into a week and vlog the experience. Obviously, if I don't finish all the books that I hope to read, that I own revolving around Roald Dahl, then I'll just continue it on after this week and talk about it in the wrap up at the end of the month. So reading plans for today, I am busy. I'm actually going to work, but it's that trial job that I was talking about. I think I'm giving my final answer about whether I will accept it today or not, but I'm gonna be reading at some point The Twits, illustrated by Quentin Blake, obviously by Roald Dahl. I think I mentioned this before. I can't remember if I actually read this. I feel like I have read this before, but when I was really young. So it's really short. I'm sure I'll smash through it at some point today. So there's that. Also, I've just paused. I'm listening to Tenacious D because I've heard they're getting back together, and I've just put on a playlist on Instagram, on YouTube, and every time I stumble on this video, I'm so happy. I love it even more, and it's a long way to the top, but it's the School of Rock 10-year reunion version. Everyone's obviously 10 years older in this thing, and it's just, it warms my heart because School of Rock's one of my favourite films. But yeah, so I'm actually just ready now to go out. I might start this on the bus, but I have got my other book, my bigger book Hush Hush, that I'm currently reading as well, so I don't know which one I'll pick up for the bus. But yeah, I'll just update you on my reading progress all week. I want to try and be neat with it and not make it too long, so I think perhaps, unless I've got anything interesting to say, or I'm doing something interesting during the day, I'll probably just come back each end of day or end of couple of days and let you know what I've read in terms of Roald Dahl. Yeah, so I'm going to try and do it more structured, but probably after this clip I'll completely forget and end up taking videos of squirrels running up trees and going, oh look how cool. You know how it is with my vlogs, they end up being like half an hour to an hour long. But anyway, I'm rambling and it's getting to that stage. I will check in with you later. Hi guys, so I probably got in from work about an hour or so ago, and I finally just bashed out the last couple of pages because I didn't manage to get it finished before I had to go in, of The Twits. Really enjoyed this one. Let me just see what I did for my review. I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought it was just a fun, entertaining book, showing that if you're a horrible person, karma's probably going to come and bite you in the bum. I'm holding it upside down just because he's standing up there, but he's, oh, silly me. But yeah, perhaps, even though it was a fun, amusing little way for it to be told, perhaps getting revenge isn't the best thing to teach children, because obviously this is a children's book. But it was still entertaining. They also touched on animal cruelty, which I thought was very interesting. Again, more of an extreme, fantastical version of it, but I think it still effectively gets its point across, that you shouldn't harm, life, basically. So yeah, if I read anything else tonight, it will either be something completely different. It might be like a manga that I am currently reading. I might dive back into Hush Hush, or if it is Roald Dahl related, I think the next one I'll pick up is The Witches. But if I don't update you on that tonight, then I will come back tomorrow or whenever and let you know what I think of my next read. I think right now I'm going to do another little segment for the bookshelf vlog that I'm currently in progress of doing. So yeah, I will speak to you shortly. Morning guys, so I've actually just come in from the bathroom and I'm going to start the morning actually before I read with some skincare. I've already brushed my teeth and everything, but this one you need to put on dry face, this mask, because as you can see, I had to just re-say that because I'm talking about Roald Dahl in this vlog and I don't want to be swearing if I can help it, because I want to attract younger audiences as I am talking about a younger sort of book. But anyway, I have got this massive spot here. It's been trying to come up for ages, but guess who joined him to the party? Another little one there. Who invited them? I do not know. So I need to try and minimise these because they actually hurt. They're really sore ones. I find that the ones around my nose always hurt. They just feel like swollen. But anyway, I'm going to try out, I like to try out masks in these vlogs these days. That's the only way I feel like I can use them, because I like to show if they work, but I don't want to always dedicate like a full review to a mask and that these days, especially as I feel like I'm more interested to the more book side of my channel of late. But yeah, I'm going to use the Nip and Fab Expo. Why can't I talk? It's first thing in the morning, I can't speak. Nip and Fab Exfoliate 10-minute mask. It's Glycolic Fix Bubble Mask Extreme. That worries me. It's charcoal infused bubble mask. I've not tried a bubble mask before yet, so this will be exciting. I have just read the back, but I'll read it again for you guys. But it says Glycolic Fix Extreme Bubble Mask. Our oxygenating and cleansing formula is enriched with 2% glycolic acid. I think I've only ever tried 1%, so this makes me think that's why it's extreme. That stuff's strong. To smooth and retexture skin. Upon application, oxygen bubbles rise from the charcoal infused mask, lifting away impurities and dead skin cells. Skin is deeply purified, feeling fresh and soft to the touch. Cleansing and oxygenating, exfoliating 2% glycolic acid, and it's got a glow boost and radiance. So before use, rub the surface of the pouch to mix the contents well. Unfold the mask and apply directly to dry face. Leave for 10 to 15 minutes or until the oxygen bubbles have risen sufficiently, and gently peel away. Massage remaining bubbles into your face and rinse off with lukewarm water. Discard mask after use. So I'm going to go back into the bathroom, pop this on, and I'll come back to show you what's on my face and what I'm going to start reading. See you in a minute. Boo! Did I scare you? Sorry, I look like the abominable snowman or something, but I can feel it bubbling. Like, this is amazing. This is so cool. Excuse the awkward face. I love it. Oh my god, it feels really, really nice on the skin. It's like oh, it's going all over. Look. It's like a fizzing feeling. Oh my god. Oh god. Anyway, it's like a fizzing feeling. It doesn't feel painful or anything like that. It's quite soft and tickly, like bubbly feeling. You know, like if you're in a bubble bath and you feel the bubbles popping on you and that. That's what it feels like. I try not to get them in my crevices. Oh gosh. But yeah, the mask itself is like a thick sort of black mask, and it already had all the liquid on it, and in some parts it was already bubbling because you had to sort of rub it to activate it, as I said. And yeah, it was really nice textured. It felt really thick and covered, and you know, like it could infuse my skin. I wish these were like reusable. If only you could just buy sachets of the liquid or whatever and get like a reusable sort of a thicker cloth one, maybe. Chuck it in the washing machine and, you know, use it however much you want, because it almost feels like you could do this, but obviously you can't with this sort of material on the mask. But that would be really cool if they did something like that. But this is awesome. So I'm probably going to just leave it on until I get bored or it starts to slip or whatever, but it's hugging my face really well. I usually find sheet masks really slip off, but this one seems to fit my face a bit more. It might be because of the extra weight of the bubbles sort of sticking it on, so it's taking longer to slide down, if that makes sense. But anyway, whilst this is bubbling happily away, oh, I keep having to do this, I'm going to show you what I'm going to read. Oh, and as usual, I think there's a little bit more liquid in this. If this doesn't dry out, I'll probably like use it to wash my face in the morning. It doesn't suggest doing that, I just don't like to be wasteful. So, oh, I'm chucking the book all over the place. I am going to start with The Witches today. Now this is one that I remember watching the film of, and I haven't seen the film in a few years, I think. I kind of forgot about its existence, to be honest. But it's one that I remember enjoying. So I'm going to check the book out again. I don't remember if I've read the book before, but I feel like I must have done at some point, you know, in my primary school years. So yes, I'm going to check this out, and I'll update you, I'm sure, about the mask and the progress of this once I'm ready to take this thing off. I just sneezed and it looked like it was snowing, but you know, false alarm, guys. I ended up watching the footage that I've got on my camera, so I haven't actually started reading yet. And it's getting a little bit uncomfortable in terms of weight. Like, look how much. Damn, son. Not sure if it's just me, but I feel like it's calmed down a little bit. Like, it's still red, but I don't think it's as red. And I feel like the actual surface of the spot has shrunk. This little one seems to be, like, more extracted, I guess you could say. But again, it doesn't look as angry. Sorry for all the close-ups. The bubbles, when I was, like, taking the mask off and rubbing it in, they even felt like thick and like just full of goodness. So I didn't really want to wash it off. Obviously I had to, it wouldn't like sink into the skin. Now my face just feels like nice and plump and hydrated. I've been having a lot of issues actually at the moment with the winter obviously coming up and that, with dry skin. Like I find I'm doing my face routine or whatever, and then I go into my room, start to do my makeup, and I get dry patches around here and my nose as well, which is strange because I'm like oily combination and most of my oil is in like my T-zone area with my nose and everything. So it's weird that that's going completely dry, but I have been having issues for like the last year at least of little flaky bits here. But anyway, yeah, so I don't think I'm going to have that issue with the dryness today because I feel super moisturised. In terms of reading, I've only read the first, like, I guess you could call them yeah, I think they're chapters, and it was, what was it called? Let me have a little look. It's called A Note About Witches. And I really do like, this is like the second version of these, like this cover, these illustrations of the Roald Dahl book that I've read this week, obviously. And I really like the pages that it's got before the story starts saying who the characters are. I don't know, I think I've gone past it. Yeah, it's like the very first page pretty much. And it's like who the characters are and then a little bit about Roald Dahl and Quentin Blake. I don't know, I really like these. So yeah, I'm just going to go downstairs now, probably fix myself some breakfast, read some more. I'll have a bath a little bit later. I don't know if I'm going to finish the manga that I'm also reading, because if so, I will go out to the library and take that back and look for some more in that series. Or I really do want to go out and get some fresh air today. Got my bike in the house ready to go out again today. So I also want to just have a little ride around. So I either want to go out to the library, but I'll walk that, or go on my bike. But if I don't do either of those today, then I'll try and go on my bike tomorrow. The library, if I have finished my manga by tomorrow, the library closest, well, I don't know if it's closest to me, but the library that I'm planning to go to is shut on Wednesdays. But yeah, so I'll decide if I go out today. I don't know, it's looking cold and dreary and that's putting me off because I don't know, I like reading on those sort of days. I don't know, I'm probably just being lazy. I'm very tired though. So anyway, I'm gonna go and do what I just said, and I'll clock in with you at some point later today, most likely. Don't be surprised if I'm still in these pyjamas. Yeah, I'm back again. You can't get rid of me. This is definitely going to be a longer vlog. I can just foresee it. I thought that I should actually, because I don't feel like I've done this, do a actual reading plans for this week. I know it's Tuesday. I'm already one book down, but I should probably, you know, it's better late than never. I feel like I haven't done it properly. And I've been watching like Peru's vlogs, Regan's channel, and she does a lot of reading plans for the beginning of her vlogs. So obviously I think I can basically do a book a day if I really wanted to. They're only very short books, but the last one that I'll show you later isn't really included in this, but if it is, and if I do feel like getting to it, it'll probably take me a few days and I probably won't finish it in this vlog. But of course we've got The Witches, so I hope to read and finish this for today, for Tuesday. Following on by James and the Giant Peach, which is what I will most likely try and finish for Wednesday. Thursday, this is where it falls a bit difficult. So I've got two picks. I can go for technically a smaller book, but Friday's also a busy day as well. But I think I'll say for Thursday, I've got Fantastic Mr. Fox, which I've never read, or I feel like I've seen a little bit of the film before. I'm pretty sure there's a film. It's my friend's birthday and we're going out, so that takes a chunk of the day. But if I do finish this, you know, at some point, because it's only small, I'll start the Boy Tales of Childhood, which will then give me some time to finish it, you know, on the Friday, and then finish that on Friday. But that's also another busy day. But this one is Roald Dahl's Deception. Now this is his adult books, guys, so if I do have any children watching this, you know, this isn't for your sort of audience, but these are his collection of short stories. These are about deceptions, tales of intrigue and lies. I read Cruelty possibly like last year, which was one of his other adult poetry, not poetry, sorry, I keep saying poetry, just short stories. So that can go in for the weekend, I'd imagine. I don't know what's happening on Saturday. I think I might be busy. Sunday I'm doing a long shift, so I most likely won't finish this one, but I'm going to try and get, you know, the middle grade children's stories done for this week. And if I just get those done, even if I just get obviously the Twitch, which I've already read, The Witches, Giant Peach and Mr. Fox Red, I'll be happy. These are the two bulkier ones, and to be fair, the Witches is quite bulky too, but not as thick. So I'd be happy if I just had like 4 out of, what is that, 5, 6 books read. These ones are not the challenge, but the ones that it might take me a little while to get through, especially the short collection stories. I typically read these a bit slower, just because even though the pacing's a little bit quicker because they are short stories generally, I do take my time with it because, you know, it's a lot of stories in one book, you know, so I like to take my time a little bit more, and I write little reviews for each one typically. But yeah, those are my reading plans, so I better stop talking and actually go read. So it's like 12 o'clock now, and I've just finished like my breakfasty sort of thing. I had a banana this morning, but then I had like crumpets, and now my belly's hurting. I'm having like an IBS flare up and I'm in pain. And it doesn't seem likely that I'm going to go out today, which, I mean, it's getting brighter and sunnier, but I feel like it's a deceptive sun. It's like cold looking but sunny, which is quite nice to be fair. It's quite fresh, but it doesn't seem like I'm going to go out today. I've fallen in the trap of watching YouTube videos, booktube to be specific, and I'm just watching Riley Marie's new video. But I've also, like, let me show you, I've got like a backlog of channels open so that I can watch. Hold on, I've got my book on my lap there, ready for when I'm waiting to read again. But I've got like channels like backlogged so that I can go on them afterwards. This one's Scribbles Reads. I hadn't watched a video by her, I don't think, but Riley Marie, sorry, just mentioned her. I don't think she hasn't been uploading since like months ago. So yeah, I want to check her channel out. I'm also doing something in terms of more diverse, smaller channels that I've been watching, because I want to do like a sort of like a shout out video in December. So yeah, I'm just watching some videos and of some channels, just discovering new to me people so that I can include some of them in that video. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here for a bit, watch some booktube, read some more, and hoping my pains ease off shortly, otherwise I'll have to take medication. I don't like putting all that plastic inside me, to be honest, but hey ho. So I've just done a whole heap of washing up, gone into the freezer to see what I can make for dinner, and I saw this. I was like, oh yeah, pizza. And then I was thinking, my belly might be a bit funny, but then I saw this and I went, oh my god, corn! And then quickly text my mum, because I didn't end up going shopping with her on the Friday like I usually would, and I went, corn pizza, oh my gosh. And so yeah, I'm gonna have some corn ristorante pizza. This is one of my favourite pizzas, and now that it's corn as well, that makes me extra happy, because yum, I love corn. Anyway, time to put this on because I'm getting hungers and I don't want to get hangry. You wouldn't like me when I'm hangry. Also, because I did a Marvel quote and that was actually unintentional, I just want to say a big rest in peace to Stan Lee. Yeah, I was really sad to hear of his passing. I think it was yesterday I saw it on the socials and that. But yeah, honestly, it had me pretty devastated. I will say that. He's just... let me turn you around a second, because, I mean, I'm doing this emotional speech and it's in front of a bloody pizza. I mean, he was just... I said this like a little bit on my socials, but he's like more than a man. He's the personification of a legend. Like, all these superheroes he created, it touched so many people's lives, mine included. And you know, he will live on in his amazing comics and movies, and I will say I will miss his cameos for sure. So yeah, I was talking to my brother about it, and I was saying, you know, the saddest part's going to be like when the next Marvel film comes out and the cameo's not going to be there, and it's going to be like in loving memory of Stan Lee, and that's going to hit you hard. And he said, oh wait, no, I think he recorded some cameos like ahead of time. And I'm just thinking, man, that's going to hit me even harder, because it's going to be like, oh yeah, I forgot about the cameo, and then I see the cameo and it makes me chuckle, and then I'm like, oh, you know. So yeah, rest in peace, awesome guy, awesome creator, and an inspiration to many adults and children alike, actually. Good evening. I'm so cold in this house, so I've had to wrap up in like a little, I don't know, a little blanket burrito. But I have just finished The Witches. I was gonna say, and I'm still gonna say it by saying I was gonna say Roald Dahl, but this whole vlog's about him anyway, so I don't need to keep saying who it's by. Have I not been giving you synopsises of these? I don't know, But anyway, I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, is it bad for me to just assume that you'd know what this is about anyway? Look at this horrible spot, it's still chilling. But yes, this was thicker. I actually think this is bigger than Boy Towels. I think I looked it up and that was like 197 pages. This one was like 200 and something pages, but the last like 5 pages was like a snippet of George's Marvelous Medicine, which I didn't end up reading. But this one I ended up giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it actually. Sorry, I just burped. I didn't really remember how we got anywhere or what happened after, but the only scene that I could remember was the one where they're in the witches like are in the meeting room, the annual meeting thing, and that's the scene that I could remember from the film. But getting to that point and after that point I could really not remember anything, so perhaps I hadn't read this as a youngster then. I don't know, I feel like I would have remembered a little bit more of it if I did, but it felt fresh to me, like I was reading it for the first time. But I really liked it. There were a few things that grated on me. For example, one of them was that I found that, I didn't realise at the time, but it actually took us quite a while to get to the point where that scene that I just mentioned happened. And then once we were there, it just dragged. Like it lasted chapters and chapters and like it lasted most of the book, I would say. But I mean, other than that, and one other thing that I've already mentioned in my Goodreads review, I really did enjoy this. It's really fun. I like that it was a slightly thicker story as well, so we had more time to like flesh out the story, and it felt a little bit more well handled and more slower paced, better timing for the most part. So yeah, on to the next one. Also, I've decided I'm popping to town tomorrow morning. I'm gonna try and get out of the house early. I was gonna have a bath tonight, but I didn't. So I'll wake up. I'll probably set an alarm, to be honest, because I shouldn't really sleep it if I'm not tired. I've been resting all day, so I shouldn't really need like a lot of sleep. I feel like my face just did something really ugly, only enhanced by this horrible spot here. So yeah, I'm gonna set an alarm and then I'll have a bath, have something to eat, and then walk to the town and walk back, and then at least I'm getting a bit of fresh air for tomorrow. But yes, I will speak to you soon. I totally forgot that I wanted to show you my new crystals. So I got 2 from this shop. Have I kept the little label? I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I've posted about it somewhere on Instagram, so I'm sure I'll have the name. I'll just have to find it for you. But I got a beautiful stick of clear quartz. This tends to have, what do you call it, sort of, what's the word? It enhances the powers of other things, so it's a nice, like, I guess, catalyst to strengthen the power of what other crystals do. And then this is a bit of ruby. I think this is good for, remind me if I'm wrong, but I think it's good for like the heart chakra and such. It's good for like self-love, confidence, that sort of thing. So it's nice little bit of ruby there, so they enhance together. I've meditated, well, I've not practiced meditation a lot before, but I practiced meditating with these together recently, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. A lady actually that sold this said when you meditate with this, I think she said on your head, was it, I can't remember, she said something like that. It's like otherworldly, but I just held them in my hand and kind of just relaxed, and it was great. And then my friend at work popped in and she gave me some crystals. Like, she gave me this lovely little pouch, and she said she saw my post on Instagram about these 2 and she wanted to give me some of hers, which is nice. I know a lot of people say like you need to cleanse them and such because it's got other people's sort of, sorry, I just sat down, other people's vibes and that on it, but she had good intentions giving them to me. But I still haven't gone through and like cleansed them. I haven't charged them or anything yet. But I've got some, I don't know why I've forgotten the name of this. I've got a few of these now. Oh, bear with me, I don't know why I forgot what it's called. Because my internet is struggling to load. That's it. I don't know why, I didn't even need to find it in the end, but I don't know why it completely went out my head. But it's rose quartz. Why did it take me so long? Beautiful piece of rose quartz. I've got some amethyst here as well. I've got an opal, I was going to say slice, but it's not really a slice. An opal segment, shall we say, and some fool's gold. How sweet. So yeah, that was really kind of her to help me grow my collection. She was really sweet, and you know, she was just popping in to hand me these, which is really kind. super random, but I've just come from talking to the lady that sold me the clear quartz and ruby, and just went to tell her that I meditated with them, and it was amazing. I ended up making some really nice friends out of her and the girl that was talking with her. So I don't know, I felt, I actually was feeling pretty sick before I went up to them, but I thought, oh, she's there, let me just have a little chat and let her know that, you know, it was a great experience. And just coming out of that conversation with them, I feel so like, oh sorry, I'm going through a tunnel. I just feel happy, I can't stop smiling, I feel not ill anymore, I just feel like restored and refreshed, and it was such a lovely conversation. The girl that I ended up making friends with, I added her on Facebook, she was like telling me stuff about myself, which was so weird, about like how my heart and my head chakra aren't in alignment at the moment. I'm feeling stressed, which I bloody well am. You guys have known how I've been talking about it. I'm feeling lost since uni and everything, you know. And she was really opening up. She's one of those people who felt so natural just to talk to. And I've been saying many times, being an adult and making friends, I'm finding it really difficult. But that conversation, it was just like, she even said, do you have Facebook? Because like, I feel like we'd be great friends. And I was like, yes, it just felt natural, is what I want to say. So I just wanted to update you on an amazing friendship making experience, which was unexpected, but totally and wholeheartedly welcomed. Houses are being built everywhere. We'll soon have no nature. Makes me sad. So the dreaded thing has happened. I don't know if I'm going to finish this today because I've just not really been in much of a reading mood. I fell into the trap of watching TV. I actually had a lot of sewing to do from clothes that I'd like ripped and needed to sew up, and I sat and watched the new episodes of Apple and Onion, so I finally checked those out. Also, I was going to say I'll mention that in my wrap up, but I've decided that I might do film and TV wrap ups less frequently. I think I'm going to stick to more like once every 2, maybe 3 months, depending on how much I watch. So the November one I'm probably not going to do. I'm probably going to do a November-December one at the end of December. But I thought I'd just mention that. Anyway, I'm currently at a point where the peach shenanigans have begun. They've set off on an adventure, and the old grasshopper is singing a song, and I've made a tune for it. So listen whilst I sing out a tune. I've eaten many strange and scrumptious dishes in my time, like jellied gnats and dandy prats and earwigs cooked in slime, and mice with rice, they're really nice when roasted in their prime, but don't forget to sprinkle them with just a pinch of grime. This sounded different to how I was singing it earlier. I've been reading this aloud to myself to help me get through it, just because reading aloud and in voices help me read things quicker, I feel. Anyway. I've eaten fresh my burgers in the greatest cooks there are, and scrambled dregs and stink bugs, eggs and hornets stewed in tar, and piles of snails and lizard towels and beetles by the jar. A beetle is improved by just a splash of vinegar. I often eat what's sloppages, they grand reserved beside minced doddlebugs and curried slugs. And have you ever tried mosquitoes, toes and one fish nose? Most delicately fried. The only trouble is they disagree with my inside. There's more to that, but I'm gonna stop that and save your ears from bleeding vigorously. So yeah. So I didn't think I could do it because I was getting tired and I'd wasted a lot of the day by watching telly, but I've just finished James and the Giant Peach and it was so much fun. I think I'm giving it like a 4 stars. I found the interactions between characters great fun. I don't know, I was a bit confused with Centipede. I did like him at times, but then I thought his boisterous ways was a bit too much and I just wanted him to shut up, which a lot of the characters wanted him to do as well. But he was, I guess, overall an added bit of fun to the story. I don't know, I just really liked how it all panned out. This is again something that I didn't really remember much from. Again, I remember a particular scene with them in the peach from the film, but I couldn't again remember, you know, how it was getting there, what happened after, pretty much like with the witches. I thought it was turning into a bit of a Jack and the Beanstalk story actually, when the guy like gave him not seeds but the little things to make magical stuff happen, but it didn't go exactly that way, but it was still kind of esque, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I really like the back actually, where it says you know, you get a special word from Roald Dahl, like one of his made up words. And I like how interactive these little ones are. Like, it's got little questions at the back saying, how well have you been listening? And then it's got questions about like the story, like there. This one also had a snippet for Billy and the Minpins, but I didn't read that. I've never actually, well, I had heard of it briefly, but it's one that I've not had any experience with, so I might have to check that out at some point. This one also has fuzzy stickers, which are fun. I'll have to find places to stick those about. But yeah, I know it's only midweek, but I just want to say that I feel like reading Roald Dahl so far this week has really made me sort of reminisce on simpler days of childhood, and I really miss those days. Oh, what happened? I've sort of moved the camera. But yeah, so yeah, it's been nice reading these books. It's been enjoyable. So I will catch you hopefully tomorrow at some point. Oh my goodness, I just changed into 3 pairs of tights and now I'm overheating. But anyway, in terms of wrapping up what I did last night, I started and finished Fantastic Mr. Fox. I ended up giving this a 4 stars, I believe. I did enjoy it. I don't have as much to say about it than the other ones. Maybe it's because it's a smaller story and I just enjoyed it, to be honest. As I mentioned in my Goodreads review, I'm always a sucker for talking animals, so this was no exception, I'm glad to say. Really enjoyed the antics that was going on in this one. I did wonder why the poultry didn't talk though. That was one thing. But other than that, really enjoyed this. Yeah, I guess it also teaches children about, you know, violence to animals, tries to give them a bit of knowledge into that world about fox shooting or whatever, fox hunting. Although very biased, because obviously in this story you're siding with the fox. So, but yeah, anyway, gives them that sort of resource, that little bit of information. Enjoyed this one. So I think today actually I'm going to focus on reading my manga, because it's been sitting there for days, like not even half read, and I need to give that back to the library at some point. So there's that. So I don't really have much reading progress to tell you guys today. I haven't really read anything in terms of Roald Dahl, but I've been just dipping in and out of my manga that I've been reading called Black Cat by Kentaro Yabuki, if I remember correctly. But I did want to come along and show you some things that I got randomly today and yesterday, because I was hanging out with my friends. It was one of my friends Maria's birthday yesterday, and we went up into Romford and had a little bit of a good time. We went and saw The Grinch, which was good fun. But yeah, I went into Asda's today. I realised the other day that I had this gift card from Asda's. I think what it was, I tried to get a refund for something, but they couldn't directly refund it back to whatever method I paid, so they had to put it on a gift card, and I thought it had expired. I was like, oh my god, 20 quid worth of money, and it doesn't expire for years. So I used it today. I bought 4 books. I ended up paying £16 on top of it. I also have an Asda discount card as well. So yeah, I'm happy with what I got, because they're nice additions of things. So I got this little one. This is the Magical Unicorn Society official handbook. It doesn't have a name, I think it's just like a publishing book, but it's really adorable. It says the Magical Unicorn Society has existed for centuries, dedicated to studying, understanding and protecting unicorns. The secretive society has been shrouded in mystery until now. And it's just one of those cute little books. I've got a few things like this now. Lovely illustrations. So yeah, and then I got this little box set. This is Disney's Twisted Tales, and I've been wanting to check out these little series of books for a while now. As you can imagine, it's Disney, but like from a different perspective, slightly darker, twisted perspective. I think there are 5 out that I've seen, but these contain 3 called Once Upon a Time by Liz Braswell. Oh, they're all by Liz Braswell. A Whole New World and an As Old as Time. They've also got like an Ariel one, and something else, I can't remember. I think it might be Beauty and the Beast. So I'll give those a go. Having a box set there might sort of spur me to start it a bit sooner. Then I saw this, and I haven't watched anything to do with Fantastic Beasts, because as you guys know, I'm kind of going through the process of reading Harry Potter for the first time, and I know you can read Fantastic Beasts outside of it, but I want to go through all the Harry Potters and then the extra stuff and then Fantastic Beasts. But I couldn't pass up this gorgeous book. It's the Archive of Magic, the film wizardry of Fantastic Beasts, the Crimes of Grindelwald. Oh, written by Signe Bergstrom and designed by Mina Lima. and it's just absolutely beautiful. I'm smacking myself in the face. It's got all these different, oh, it just smells good. It's got all these different like textures, and like, you know how cinematography sort of books are, the film sort of books, all these beautiful pictures and like things that I'm sure will make sense if you were to see the film and read the screenplay of it and everything. So really nice to have that. Again, having beautiful, I know this sounds really shallow, but having beautiful editions of books and such gets me excited to continue on with its theories, because it's like, oh look, I can't wait to get to that. And then again, another J.K. Rowling thing. This is Tales of Beedle the Bard. I've got a lovely little selection of those, like Quidditch Through the Ages, those 3 books. But this one was beautiful, and the thing that really directed me to this was that it's illustrated by Chris Riddell, and I really like his illustrations. He does a lot of work for Neil Gaiman, who's one of my favourite writers, sorry. And yeah, I just thought this looks absolutely stunning. I like that it's, you know, big storybook style. Again, I love this artist's work, so I know it'd just be like visually stimulating, so I got those. And then random, I don't know if any of you guys really care, but when I was in Romford yesterday, I bought a few clothes and such. So I got these cool, to be fair, I need to try these on actually, everything. I got these really cool boots. They're almost like Dr. Martens styles. As you can see, tartan print, really, really awesome. They never usually have my size shoes. They're always sold out, so I was grabbing those. For clothes, I got this like it reminds me like a bralette, but it's got more material than a bralette. You can, you know, comfortably wear this out, I'd say. Obviously you need something on underneath it and like something to cover your shoulders because it's freezing at the moment. But it's like this zip top thing. Oh, I showed you the wrong way, sorry. It's this way. That was the back. And then we've got, representing my Hogwarts house, we have this lovely Ravenclaw jumper. It's so soft, it's so nice. I've got a stripy one, kind of in this style but stripy with like obviously the colours of Ravenclaw. And then these are all from Primark, by the way. Then I got some of these thick tights things, and it says Ultimate Cover Boot, so yeah. They're the nice thick ones that almost feel like leggings rather than tights. And then lastly, I got this cool top. I think it was stashed from Halloween. There was only a few left. I got a slightly bigger size because I couldn't find a 14. I thought the 16 would fit better anyway. And it says Creeping It Real. But yeah, that's all I've got to really say about today. I'll update you again over the weekend, you know, what I ended up reading or whatever. If I remember, I'll do a wrap up of everything, but I'll probably forget. But I'll update you on if I pick up anything else Roald Dahl related over the weekend, or if not, it will just be wrapping up the whole vlog and saying goodbye. So yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. Wow, I'll see you in the next clip. Good evening, guys. So I left it as late as possible in the hopes that I could finish off the book that I was reading, but I was watching I'm a Celebrity. It was like the launch night, so I mean I was reading here and there as well, but I also did like a late shift at work tonight, so I didn't read too much, although I did read a bit in the breaks. But I'm just coming on here to wrap up my Roald Dahl reading week. So I managed to successfully start and finish 4 books, and I'm part way through another one which I'll hopefully finish, you know, in the coming week. So I'm really tired. So the first thing I finished was The Twits, which I gave a 3.5 stars. Next up I read The Witches, which I gave 4 stars. Then I read James and the Giant Peach, which I also gave a 4 stars. I'm looking at my ratings and I don't feel like I gave some of these a 4 stars. I definitely didn't give Fantastic Mr. Fox a 4 stars. Let me just double check some of my reviews on my notes, which is what I transfer them onto when I'm reading, and I've got like not my computer uploaded. I'm tired. Oh, basically I write them down in my notes and then I copy and paste that into Goodreads. Okay, apparently I did give Fantastic Mr. Fox 4 stars. Yeah, okay. I think I'm thinking of the film possibly, which, okay, yeah, I did give them all 4 stars pretty much except for The Twits. So yeah, Fantastic Mr. Fox I gave 4 stars as well. I'm thinking of the film because I ended up watching some Roald Dahl related films, so I ended up watching The Witches and Fantastic Mr. Fox I'll talk about them in a joint wrap-up coming up, I think probably at the end of December. But Fantastic Mr. Fox was very strange. The Witches I enjoyed. But also, as I already mentioned, I'm partway through a book, and that is Boy Tales of Childhood. So it's like his autobiography. So I'm really happy that I managed to read these 4. I was hoping I could sort of put this over a couple of days and finish it, but it just didn't pan out that way. But I'm glad with what I managed to finish in the end. And yeah, that is it for my like reading week, themed on ROALD DAHL. I had a really good time doing that actually. And I managed to read like a lot more in a week than I usually would, guaranteed. I mean, granted, some of these books are small and they are easily digestible because they are written for a younger audience, if you know what I mean. But that's still progress. I don't typically read 4 books in a week, so anything's good for me.
Hello, I thought I'd include me choosing my best books of 2018 for the Goodreads Choice Awards 2018. I actually got this idea. Someone commented on Peru's project, Regan's channel, to say that she should do a video doing that, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. So I thought I might as well just stick it in this vlog because I would have voted anyway. I don't know though, I was trying to push it off because I thought, oh, not that I've barely read anything, but we've still got like 2 months left. So I know I'm going to feel gutted once I've read a book that I could have possibly used for a different award, but I've already voted. But nevertheless, let's do it. So the choice is yours. Vote for the best books of the year in the 10th annual Goodreads Choice Awards, the only major book awards decided by readers. Cast your vote. Okay, so the genres are fiction. I will say some of these genres I don't read, or don't read many of, so perhaps the books that I have read in these genres aren't actually up for nomination, or I've perhaps just not read them. But anyway, there are fiction, mystery and thriller, historical fiction, fantasy, best of the best, romance, science fiction, horror, humour, non-fiction, memoir, I said that really funny, memoir and autobiography, history and biography, science and technology, food and cookbooks, graphic novels and comics, poetry, debut author, young adult fiction, young adult fantasy, middle grade and children's, and picture books. And also, I might not have just read new releases because I don't know, I just might not have read them. So for fiction, we have The Female Persuasion by Meg Waltzer, Killing Commendatory by Haruki Murakami, Everything Here Is Beautiful by Murati Lee, The Overstory by Richard Powers, There by Tommy Orange, 9 Perfect Strangers by Leanne Moriarty, An American Marriage by Tayari Jones, All We Ever Wanted by Emily Giffen. I'm not going to read all of the contestants for each genre, especially because it's long-winded, and also because I've just realised I haven't read any of these books, so we'll not be able to vote. Every Note Played by Lisa Genova, Us Against You, Beartown No. 2 by Frederick Backman, Still Me, Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, Girls Burn Brighter by Shabarao, sorry, I don't know if I pronounced that properly, A Place for Us by Fatima Fahim Mirza, My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh, You Think It, I'll Say It by Curtis Sittenfield. Oh my god, everybody has really unique names. But I haven't read any of these books, so let's move on to the next category. Oh dear. So the best in mystery and thriller is the next category. I've read a few this year, but I don't know if they were new releases. So let me just have a quick scroll. Some of these do pique my interest just by the looks of them. They sound interesting. My god, you're going to see how little in terms of genre I do read. I thought, oh, The Chalk Man, I've got that on NetGalley to read, so perhaps I'll come back to this and choose it if I like it, if I read it between now and whenever this ends. But yeah, you're going to see how little genres I actually read, because this is embarrassing. But I was saying, I thought I was expanding my genre. Clearly not enough. And then we've got historical fiction. I definitely know I haven't read any historical fiction this year. That's my own fault. I should delve more into it, but it's difficult finding one that I'm interested in because I like historical. The Tattooist of Auschwitz. I actually want to read that, but no, I like historical fiction with a little bit of fantasy, but in the typical historical fiction you wouldn't really get that, so I find it difficult to choose or read ones that intrigue me. This series I want to try, Beneath the Sugar Sky, the Wayward Children series by Shannon Maguire. That series really interesting to me, but yet to read it. I still want to read Circe actually. What else have we got? Shape of Water. Oh, I didn't know they had a book of that. Okay, so my thoughts at the moment, I saw the film, and this is really cheeky. If I don't see another book in the fantasy section that I've read this year, I'm going to vote for The Shape of Water because that film was fantastic. I do have a review on my channel if you want to watch that. So let's have a little skedaddle down here. The Poppy War sounds interesting, but I'm a bit conflicted on whether I want to read that or not. It sounds quite intense. Spinning Silver, I think the other one was something Uprooted by Naomi Novik. I want to read that too, but look, I've read none of these, and fantasy's a thing that I tend to go for. What the heck? So I'm going to vote for The Shape of Water because I watched the film. That's the closest I've come to reading any of these. Oh dear. So we've got the best of the best. This video, or this little section of the video, is not going to plan in the slightest. Okay, so best of the best. Is, let's have a little look down here. The Mortal Instruments series I still want to read, but apparently that one best year. So they've all been voted for at some point. Okay. So they're coming back to see. So my brother's just messaged me on WhatsApp. I really want to read The Trials of Apollo, but I don't know. I'm really after the American covers. These covers I love. I don't like our English covers. I want to try and order from Book Depository. Everyone's trying to contact me now because I think you can choose which edition you want, but I've heard some people don't get the editions they necessarily ask for, so that has me a bit worried. Into the Water. I read Into the Water. That was best mystery and thriller of 2017. Really enjoyed that one. So let's see. Oh my god, Beautiful Creatures. I really disliked that book. I don't know if did I finish it. But then we've got The Girl on the Train, which is the best mystery and thriller of 2015. For me, it's I've read Rebel of the Sands, best debut Goodreads author of 2016. I think I gave that a 3-star though. The Fault in the Stars I read, best young adult fiction of 2012. I really enjoyed that at the time. It's been a few years now, so I can't really remember it that well. Morning Star. I've started the Red Rising trilogy or series. I've only read book 1 though. Eleanor and Park, best young adult fiction of 2013. I enjoyed that book as well, I believe, but again, that was a good few years ago, so I can't really remember my thoughts on that. Bloody hell, there's loads in this category. Loads of books. Might have to choose one of Paula Hawkins' books. The Ocean at the End of the Lane. Actually, I might have to choose that one. Best fantasy of 2013. That was whimsical and I just didn't know what I was expecting, but it was amazing. And then we've got Sarah J Maas's Queen of Shadows. I have yet to read that one actually, and then continue with the rest of the series because the last book's out now, isn't it? I think. This is literally never ending. Bloody hell! Come on. Son of Neptune, Heroes of Olympus. I've read that series. Best middle grade and children's of 2011. Graphic novel and comic 2010. Twilight, the graphic novel. I've got that. I enjoyed that. Let's see. Bloody hell, when is this gonna stop? I feel like I need to do an efficient scroll, otherwise it's one of my books might be down here and I won't know about it, and then I would have missed it and I would have been unfairly giving something away, giving something an award rather, that I don't know, I might not, even if I saw something else. I don't really know. Okay, we're at the end. Oh, the Blood of Olympus, that was good. Okay, I'm gonna go for the ocean at the end of the lane. I've gone past it, haven't I? Where are you? Come back. Yeah, that's not it. There we are. The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. Fantastic book. Absolutely amazing. Best romance. So far I've voted for 2 categories, I think. I don't think I'm going to have anything from this category because I don't really read romance. Let's have a little look. I've heard of some of these books from Riley Marie's channel though, but they don't interest me, so let's move along to best science fiction. Vox, I've got that to read. Oh, damn it, why don't I read things sooner? Then I'd be able to have better judgment. Oh, Iron Gold, I didn't even know that there was a 4th Red Rising book. I didn't know the name of it, or did I? I don't remember. Red Clocks, I've seen that about, it looks interesting. But nope, can't vote, soz. Oh, how embarrassing. Right, horror now. Oh, Dracul, I want to read that. I saw someone's review for that the other day and that sounded interesting, so I added it to my TBR, my want to read list. Nope, not read any of those. Definitely not read any humour, because those are just definitely not the books I read. Oh, this looks funny. My Life as a Goddess, a memoir through unpopular culture. Everything's trash, but it's okay. These look good. The Last Black Unicorn. I think I added that to my wish list sort of thing. What's it called? My want to read list. But nope, not read any of those. Embarrassing. Best non-fiction. Let's have a little look. I don't think I can vote for any of these. Oh my god, I haven't read any. 21 Lessons for the 21st Century by Yuval Noah Harari. I got their hit Sapiens and Homo Sapiens, is that what they are? No, Homo Deus books, but not yet read them. Oh no. Best memoir and autobiography. This is definitely going to be a hard no because I don't read those sort of books very often. No, I've not even heard of any of these, I don't think. I am 17 Brushes with Death. I've heard of that one. Nope. History and biography. Did I usually do a best of the best? Because that feels like this is the last, like, awards. Oh my god, fireworks are going off. They sound so horrible. I do not like that sound. Oh. Yeah, well, this is definitely going to be a no. I've not read any of those. How embarrassing! Oh my god. Best science and technology again. Oh, Spinal Whales. That sounds interesting. Earth's most awesome creatures. Yeah, this is no. Nope. Not read any of those either. Awkward. What did you guys choose? Tell me what you voted for in the comments below. I don't cook, so I do not read cookbooks. Best graphic novels and comics. Have I even read graphic novels and comics this year so far? I don't even know. Oh, Be Prepared looks interesting. I need to get back into Saga actually. Wicked into the Fine. I have not read any of these. Sabrina. Oh, I think I had an e-arc for that, but I didn't get to it quick enough. It wouldn't download on my Kindle because of the format or something. And I just didn't get to it in time on my computer. Best poetry now. I have read some poetry, so let's see if any of mine have counted in this. Which does better in this one? I do want to read those poetry books. They look interesting. If they come for us, that's interesting. I don't know, some poetry. She felt like feeling nothing. Oh. None of the ones I have read are on there. Best debut author. Please, come on. Oh, straight away it's hit me, The Children of Blood and Bone. And guess what, guys? I still haven't read that one. Blimey. What is wrong with me? Bookman's another one of my books that I own. Let's go to best young adult fiction. Let's hope that something sparks in there. Sadie, I want to read Sadie. That sounds good. Again, I heard Riley Marie talking about that. And I just heard Regan talk about Truly Devious. What else is there? Pudding? I didn't even know they had another one. Did anybody else see Dove Cameron talk about Dumpling and doing a cast for it or something? Is it going to be a film? I don't know. I've not read either books. Best young adult fantasy and science fiction. Please have something that I've read. Have something that I've read. Most likely not. How did I not realise that there were 7 books now in the Throne of Glass series? Like, that's crazy. I've only read 3 plus the novellas, so I guess 4. But yeah, nope, not read anything in that. Oh my god, that's like one of my favourite genres as well. Middle grade and children's. Oh, City of Ghosts. I really want to read that. Nope, I have not read any of those. Picture books. See, this is why I wanted to save it until the end of the year, but I understand they need to get the votes cast and everything. They need to award it. Oh, Islandborn. That looks cute. Well, that's it for this bit. Thanks, guys. Let me know what you voted for. Perhaps I'll do an update once I've read some more of my collection and see if any of the books fit any of the categories or nominations, shall I say. Bye! Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog and I shall speak to you in another video soon. Bye bye.